welcome to another card making video. I decided I wanted to make another card for the Ultinew video challenge, so I'm using their Henna Elements stamp set today and the W+9 Strictly Sentiments 5. Exactly the same two stamps I used in my previous card for the challenge, just to see if I could do something different. Now I'm going to be using my Gelatos. Don't you just love all those colours together? It just makes me happy seeing that rainbow of colours. I'm using watermelon, guava, mango and buttercream. Don't you just love the names of these gelatos? They're just awesome. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm pretending like I'm in kindergarten and I'm just scribbling. I'm just scribbling stuff all over the place, trying to spread out the colours. Looks an absolute mess. I actually showed this to a friend of mine yesterday and the look on her face was like, okay, I think Michelle's gone crazy. But no, there is method in my madness. So I'm just adding these colours all over the place. Now I'm taking a baby white. I'm just going to try and spread the colours out. Now what I wanted to do with the baby white was start with the yellow and the orange and then just move the baby white around so I didn't get too much mixing of the colour to start with, and then I'd blend a little bit more. Wanted a little bit more of the dark pink watermelon colour, so I added some more. But the baby white kept rubbing it off, so this time I just used my fingers to rub it in and I got much more intense colour that way. So that was kind of the look I was going for. Now it still looks like a hot mess, but don't worry, it won't look completely crazy by the time I'm finished. So now I've taken the two round flower images from the Henna Elements stamp set and taking 3 Hero Art shadow inks. So there's bubblegum, there's soft, what is that, soft cantaloupe and butterbar. And I'm stamping a couple of the pink flowers, and then I'm going to go with the orangey colour, the soft cantaloupe, and stamp a couple more of the big flowers. Just trying to make this look vaguely random. I know it's very hard to actually make something look completely random, but you try. And then I'm just going to fill in the gaps with the butterbar ink. So it doesn't really show up very, very well, but enough just to give a little bit of definition to the pattern there. Now I wanted the image to not be on the same card base, so I got some vellum. And yes, I know that that piece of vellum is not cut square. Don't worry. Later on I actually just cut a little sliver off to make it square. And I'm stamping this Happy Birthday sentiment, excuse my big fat head. And then I took the long border stamp from the Henna Elements stamp set and stamped that along the edge. And what I'm going to do is heat emboss them. And you can see I'm actually lining this up and it's ever so slightly crooked. That's where I actually cut off the edge. And I did that off camera so you don't have to see me doing that. But I'm adding some white embossing powder. And I'm quite lucky actually because I didn't prep the vellum with my powder tool, but I didn't get any sticking all over the place. That was good. And now I'm getting my heat gun. Now the important thing with embossing on vellum is that you heat your heat gun up first. You don't want to go onto it and have it heating up the vellum for a long period of time because that's when you get warping. So make sure your heat gun's nice and hot and then you have the heat gun on the vellum for the smallest amount of time possible. So now I'm just putting this onto a white card base. I decided I wanted the vellum piece to be a little bit softer, so I rounded the corners with my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. And then I decided, oh, my little Kaz heart is going way too much pattern, so I wanted a little white border on the edge just to give a little bit of white space. Not much white space, but at least some of it's there. And my little Kaz heart was a little bit happier with that. And I just adhered that. By the way, this panel is actually watercolour paper. I didn't say that earlier on. And to add the vellum, I just took my multi-medium matte from Ranger and just put tiny little dots underneath the white embossing. Now I stuck that onto the front of the card, moved around a little bit, and the vellum's never completely flat because there's only glue under certain places. So I got one of my acrylic blocks and sat it on top for about 5 minutes, came back, and that's my card. So all finished for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you back next time. Thank you.